Okay, hey guys, I know you may notice many new things, but I will address them all shortly. Okay, number one, I have not posted in forever. Oh my goodness, like, I don't know what has came over me or why at all I have not been posting, but I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, let me explain it. So we had state testing. That was a lot. I was like hanging on by a thread, to be honest. After that, there was like in the school something new every day. Like something happened. It was like an episode of what's that one show? Victorious. Yeah, you know, like how the transitions they go like. Yeah, sorry for not posting. Okay, number two. I got a new haircut. How do y'all like it? Okay, I know it looks very bad. I took a shower, blow dried it for some odd reason, and then decided to get in the pool. So, like, I had to blow dry it again, but the chlorine made my hair look bad. I swear it looks better. Okay? Like, it looks way better on my good day, okay? Plus, it's like 11 at night, and I don't know why I had this much energy. I took 2 vitamins, and apparently that's like, I just wanted to be like healthy and like feel healthy and like eat 2 vitamins. Oh my goodness, do not look at my hair from the back. It just looks terrible. Okay, I just want to be like healthy and like eat 2 vitamins, but apparently it like keeps you up and I don't want to be up, okay? Okay, now number 3. By the title of this video, we are going to be doing a review of all the classes I had in middle school. Okay, now, I was going to film this in a much nicer location. Okay, that is the room where I filmed many FNAF videos. It's the storage closet, but like, hence the name storage, there's a bunch of stuff in it and I can't get in there. Like, it's filled with guitars because my dad used to own a guitar store and he like closed the store down and all of the stock, I'm not going to show you that mess. Oh my god, no. Okay, but back on track. I am today me, Luke Burrell. Why do I keep touching my hair? Like, put my hands behind my back and like not touch my hair for 10 seconds. I'm gonna like explode like ow! I had 3 years in middle school, as one does. 6th, 7th, and 8th. I said that really fast, so don't say it. I'd say the most eventful year was low-key all 3, because they were all, something was always happening. Like, oh my goodness, it was interesting. It like kept me on my toes a little bit. I feel like it's best to start off this video with the first one and like progressively go up. First, we had 6th grade. Now, I'm gonna give these teachers like random names, like based off like incidents that happened, okay? So like,
hello.
Hi.
I'm filming a YouTube video.
Why would I not be filming a YouTube video? I'm filming a YouTube video.
My bad, I guess.
It is your bad. I'm filming a YouTube video.
Why are you not filming a YouTube video?
Whatever.
Yeah, don't interrupt me filming a YouTube video because I'm filming a YouTube video.
Shut up.
Why are you telling me to shut up? I'm filming a YouTube video. My hair looks a mess. Okay, so, number 1, 6th grade.
Ethan, shut up!
Okay, so number 1 is 6th grade. Okay, 6th grade was pretty eventful. It was, like, not the most interesting, but it was interesting, okay? I don't remember much, though. So I'm gonna do this, like, based off of class periods, like, schedule. But somehow I remember my whole schedule. Like, I guess I have a good memory. I don't know. I had memorized the whole, like, every president when I was 3. And, like, I don't even remember anything now. 6th grade. The first class I had was band. And I still have band. Like, it is so much fun. I played saxophone all 3 years. And I think it's the funnest instrument. If you're, like, joining band, like, do saxophone. Like, if you do anything else in band, like, good luck, Charlie. But back on track. Probably, like, one of the most, like, remembering events ever was, like, okay, so, imagine, like, me in 6th grade, pulling up to school. We were about to have, like, a band concert. This happened, like, yeah, during band period. But we had 8 class periods, by the way. It was torture. Okay, so we had band for first period, and because it was like beginner band, and I don't know what possessed the teacher's name, who I don't want to say. And I asked, "Hey, can I bring khaki? Is khakis allowed on the field trip?" And he's like, "So like, can I wear khakis?" I think that's what I said. He's like, "Yeah, that's an example." And I was like, "Okay." So I pull up to school the next day and like in my khakis, and he's like, "You can't wear khakis." And I don't know what, but I had to call my mom and like get blue jeans because everybody had blue jeans apparently. And like, I had to like run, like I had to change because like khaki, I don't know. We didn't even sound good, by the way. We had khakis. Oh my goodness. Like it was no big deal. I did not stand out. I was a saxophone and I was like in the middle. So I don't know. I'm playing with a random piece of floss. Oh, I was wanting to swing that around, but life had other plans. Another story I have, I should have like had a list. So the second story I have is, so it was like 7 in the morning and we like had to get our instruments out. And I feel so bad for my friend. I don't know how. Okay, so it was Kinsey. Kinsey's also a saxophone. She's also in band. I should have said that at the beginning. But yeah, she walked in. She's always late, by the way. Kinsey, if you're watching this, you're late. Okay. But anyways, so Kinsey walked in and I had just learned a new note. It was low C. And it was like, oh, like it was very low. I'll put a video of low C. Except it sounded like the yo-ho, yo-ho. And I would play it like loud, like louder than that amplifier, low-key. But I played it right in her face just to like spite her. And I felt so bad. Sorry, Kinsey. I don't think I ever apologized for it too. The third story I have of band is, oh yeah, so basically, if you don't know like what happened to JoJo Siwa back in like 2024, basically she like was feeling like a bad girl. Like one day she decided to come out the ocean like, I was a bad girl. I did some bad things. And this is band related because we were on a field trip. So it was the same field trip to the elementary schools, except we do them twice a year, one at Christmas and one at the end of the year. I think this was the end of the year, but it had to be because that's when it was trending, and that's when it came out, really. Yeah, we sung Karma by JoJo Siwa on the bus, like as loud as we could, and I felt so bad for that driver. They like probably like gouged their ears out. I'm so sorry. And then we like munched down on Subway afterwards, and it was bomb.
Thou shalt not lie, thou shalt not cheat, thou shalt not get caught, or you'll end up just like me. Oh, karma's up. I should have known better if I had.
On to my next class in 6th grade. Okay, so we're gonna call her Miss Puddle. Okay? Because this story about a puddle, it's like probably the most eventful thing that happened the whole year. Okay, so I was peacefully enjoying my break, and there was a puddle outside at our break. Now, just imagine. So I don't know what came over me, but I decided to like stop at the puddle, and I didn't think it'd do much. I thought I'd just like splash around. I splashed 4 kids, and right next to the teacher, she turned around and started yelling at me for well, sort of a reason, but it wasn't that serious. But like they forgave me, but she didn't. She was mad. She said, if my son was there, he would be beating you up right now. If your son is getting mad over a piece, like a little puddle getting splashed on him, you have bigger problems on your hands, okay? So my phone just like ran out of storage, so I'm gonna resume that. Okay, so anyways, if your son is like getting mad over a puddle being splashed at him, you have way bigger problems on your hands than a puddle being splashed on him. Like the second story is one time we like, it was at the end of the year, and she wouldn't really like check our computers at the end of the year, but she would like occasionally watch them. But like me and my friends, we were looking at like concert tickets. We were looking at like, I don't remember who it was. I think it was like, it wasn't Ariana. No, I don't think she was on tour yet. I don't remember, but we were looking at someone's tour and like, I don't know, it was just funny and we were thinking about buying them, but I think we'd get like a virus from our computer, or like we'd get in so much trouble. The third and final story is, I was going to say this like previous, but I once got a 30 in her class, like as a midterm grade, not a like report card grade, but I once had a 30. A 30. A 37, I think. But it was like, that's like an F. And apparently I had like 5 assignments missing, and I like turned them in and like I think I got a 92. It was like my best graded class at the end of the year. I was struggling 6th and 7th grade. It was terrible, but by 8th grade, I had I had straight A's, but for one. The next teacher we're gonna call her Miss Clock because, well, okay. So I had her class. She would randomly have this clock that would go off, and it was at a Tuesday at like 10 a.m. I don't remember, but it was always go off, and we only noticed it at the end of the year, and it went off like not the first day of school, but like every day of school, and we only noticed until the last time. Oh my goodness, I need to get my fingers out of my hair or else I will explode. Okay, my second story in her class is, okay, so there were these kids, and like they were very like annoying. Oh my goodness. And I said, hey, she literally said to the whole class, hey, you could copy, like you can take a photo of this and lick it off of your phone because I'm going to switch to the next slide. It was like notes. And I was like, okay. And I was sitting in the back of the class, like minding my own business. And like, so like I was copying off the notes and I see one of my friends snapped me and like they weren't at school. So I opened the snap because, oh my goodness, I was on my phone in class, okay? Well, I was supervised too. And I looked at it for 1 second and I decided to snap back because I got to keep that snap streak, you know? Like I got to keep that snap streak. I was like on my snap streak like thing in 6th grade. The flash was on and like it flashed my face and then some kids snitched on me, and like the teacher literally like had to go through my phone to see if like I went on Snapchat, which is like super weird. Yeah, I didn't get it taken though. Last one is, I did a presentation in her class and she like had us draw for a hat. And like, I just like thought of this on the spot, but it actually happened, okay? All of these are true, by the way. So she had us like draw out of a hat. Like, let's think, there's so much trash in this, oh my goodness. She like made us draw out of a hat. And like, whatever number you got is the number, like the order you had to go and present. It was like a t-shirt project. You like made a t-shirt off the book you read or something. I did it off, I don't even remember. So basically what happened was I knew I got number 16, but I didn't want to go. So I flipped it around and made 21. And like, she freaked out in front of the whole class. She's like, who has 16? And it wasn't that big of a deal, but it was so funny to me because I was like, that was pretty smart of me. But yeah, I said, oh, I was 16. Oh, I thought it was 21. And I went as 21. And like another kid got as 21. And like, I think I had to go first. But yeah, and I remember like I messed up that thing so bad. She still gave me a 100 though. Like, thanks, Miss Clock. But yeah, on to the next one. I'm going to call this teacher Miss Paper Mache. I don't know. She had like these paper things in her room and they were like, I always stared at them and like they like exist in the back of my head. But anyways, Miss Paper Mache, she was an alright teacher. She was good at teaching, but like, yeah. Oh, the first story, this made me so mad. Oh my goodness. This like angered me to my core and I couldn't even say anything about it because it was like the last day of school. So we had to do an assignment on the last day of school and like I hid my phone behind my laptop playing Roblox because like there was a concert going on or something. I don't remember. It was like some sort of event and like I didn't want to miss that. So I like joined Roblox obviously and I like hid behind someone like as one does and played it the whole class. In the last like 2 minutes, some kid said, yo, is that a phone? Shut up. Like if you say that, shut up. Oh my gosh. But yeah, she took my phone the last day of school, mind you. Like, and that kid didn't know how to mind his own business. It was terrible. And then worst part is she had a different class and she had to like go early and she left my phone in the room on the last day of school. So I had to go like wait 20 minutes for a janitor to go unlock her door so I could get my phone because she left it on her desk. What was going in her mind? What was going on? Yeah, that just like angered me so bad. So the second story is, okay, so the whole class got in trouble because of this. There was this one kid, I'm gonna call him like A. And basically A, so she has this thing called Vayon, and like she could have like everyone's computers like on the screen, and like she could control them. And she left the room, and this kid, it was on his screen, like it was focused on his screen, and it was like projected on the board. And he was looking up like photos of The Rock, and it was so funny. And like the whole class laughed, and she was talking to like another math teacher, and oh my goodness, we got chewed out so bad for it. Like we got like all break detention, and she would always keep us in for break. Oh my goodness, she would keep.
Oh my god.
Like she was on my last straw, like all shade. Okay, the final story I have for this class is, so basically, she had a Kahoot one like final day of school, and it was like a review of everything and like silly questions like, when were you not when were you born? That was like that. Like, what'd you think of the school year? And one of the questions was, what did you learn in this class? And it was like everything, a lot of things, some things, or nothing. And I put some things because like I didn't learn everything. It wasn't that technical. Like I would have just said everything, but for some reason I accidentally pressed the wrong one, and then I was the only person that pressed it, and I had pressed it accidentally. And she said, to whoever pressed that button, I am ashamed of you. In front of the whole class, I was so scared. Like I didn't know she could like, I don't know if she could check it or something, but I was like sweating in my boots. Like I was like shivering almost. But yeah. Okay. So the next teacher, we're gonna call her Miss Vine because she had this like huge vine plant in her room, and it kind of stunk. Oh, that should be the first story. Okay, so there was this one time that so the vine plant in her room, it was like hadn't been changed, like the water hadn't been changed in months. It was like terrible, and it like stunk sort of, but like you couldn't really notice it. I guess it was like under the water or something. So this one kid goes to pour it out, and then like it was at the end of the day. I had this last period, and she like not the kid went into the bathroom to pour it out in the sink and like refilled it, and oh my goodness, as we walked by like to go home, it stunk. Like the pot made it stink so bad, and oh my goodness, it like reeked throughout the halls. It was like worse than mold almost. It was like way worse. It was like it stunk. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna do like 4 stories for this person because this was like my least favorite teacher. Sorry. So the next story is, so I went to class late. I had to like go talk to a teacher or something, and like she was like having a conversation with another person, like another teacher, and like right in front of the door, like probably like 2 feet in front of the door, and maybe not even that. And I like walked between them because there was no other room. And she says, "You're not supposed to walk in front of people and while they're having a conversation. Where am I supposed to go?" Like, okay. My next story is, so basically, we were like watching a movie, and like I was like brushing my hair with my fingers because my hair was super long back then. It was probably like down to here, and like I was brushing with my fingers because like there was knots in my hair. Okay, mind you, she had longer hair than me. Like, but anyways, I told her like she like apparently got so mad about it, and she said, "Hey, why are you brushing your hair in the middle of a movie? Like, does your mom know you're doing this?" And I said, "My mom don't care. I'm just brushing my hair. Like, mind your business." Like, it wasn't even that big of a deal. Like, nobody was watching. And like, she says, "Well, what do you think about that?" My mom don't care. Like, my mom loves me, but like, she doesn't care that I'm like brushing my hair with my fingers at school. Like, it's not that big of a deal. But anyways, yeah, she gave me silent lunch for talking back to a teacher. And I said I was gonna do 4 stories with this one. And yeah, she gave me punishment because a kid stole my pencil and I asked for it back, and there's no talking in the class. Oh my goodness, that made me so mad. I like ranted to my mom about it for like a whole hour. It was like the first weeks of school. I don't know what I could have ranted about. I'm sorry my mom had to hear about that. Okay, guys, on to the next grade. So the next grade is 7th grade, and that was probably my worst year. It probably was. Like, all the years were bad. They were pretty bad. The first class I had was math. Oh my goodness, it made me want to. Well, the teacher was so nice. Oh my goodness, that was a nice teacher. But it was for 3 whole periods. Like, if you don't know, so basically there's these. So math and ELA, which is English, they both like. So this is ELA and this is math. They like both have 2 periods, and because it's like 8 periods of school, and then like there's a CCR, which is like 30 extra minutes of class for no reason. But basically, yeah, I had the double math and then the CCR. So that was like in 2 hours in 30 minutes in the morning. Okay, so the first story I have for her is, wait, what should I call her? I'm gonna call her Miss, Shelf, because she had this shelf that like tracked her assignments, and I never did that, and like never like affected my grade or anything. So this is the second story. Okay, so we had this assignment. It was like plan a vacation for like anywhere, and like it's for math, but like I don't know. We like did Disney World because like I wanted to go to Disney World, and it just seemed like the right thing to do. So it was like a budget of $6,000, I think. And we spent like $5,000 on it. But yeah, I had a pretty bad partner. I'm not gonna lie. I had the partner, he knew how to operate a computer, but like, oh my goodness, he wanted us to do fishing. I was like, what are we gonna write about fishing? Like, are we gonna write about, oh yeah, we went fishing. Well, you could do like many details about Disney World, and like you'd probably get a better grade. But yeah, we had to like rate our partners 1 out of 10, like 1 through 5, and like he sat right next to me, by the way, and he like looked at me with so much panic. He's like, and like the review like made our grade, by the way, and like he looked at me like this, like sweating bullets, and oh my goodness, he looked so stressed, and I was trying to give him a good review. I gave it like 4.5 stars. I should have given him like 2. He did not want to cooperate, and yeah, it was just terrible. Nothing really happened in our class. Okay, I just remembered of the perfect thing. So basically, it was last year, and so what happened was there was this kid. And a trend at the time, you put lead in your laptop. I don't know who thought of that. That was the worst trend ever. You put lead in your laptop, and it would basically put smoke and like set off the like fire or something. It never set off the fire alarm, but we got in like huge trouble, and like we couldn't like have laptops for a very long time, and oh my goodness, it was like I just wanted to bring that up because like. Y'all remember that laptop trend, right? I'm not going crazy, right? Speaking of laptops, me and my friend used to text each other on TikTok, like hiding our phones behind the laptops. It was pretty fun. But yeah, Mr. Darty, if you're watching this, sorry. I didn't do that in your class though. I had my phone on your stand, and like, well, not on the stand, in that caddy thing. Oh my goodness, I hated that caddy. I wanted to have my phone, but like I couldn't. But yeah, that's it of her class. The next class I had was band, and basically, okay, this is 7th grade band. Last band was like everything that happened in 6th grade. This is everything that happened in 7th grade. Okay, so what happened in 7th grade is I met Lily. I met Lily in that class, and she's like my best friend ever. Oh my goodness, Lily, I love you. Like, you're the best. I love you. Okay, second story. There was this kid, let's call him like, he reminded me of Bobby from King of the Hill. So let's call him let's call him Hill. So basically his brother was in high school band, and he was like a trumpet player. He was like a drummer, and I'm sorry, he wasn't that good. I'm sorry. Like, I can't be messy though. Like, I'm in band. Okay, so he was like saying, "Oh yeah, my brother's like super good." He was like a sixth grader, and like we were seventh graders, and he was so awkward all the time. He would tense up, like he would just be awkward all the time. Oh my goodness, it was so funny. He was like, my brother said that, yeah. He acted like his brother was like God, basically. It was super funny. And the last one, oh yeah, we had a super fun Dollywood field trip and that. And I was that was actually gonna be my first ever video, but I had like horrendous camera abilities, and it wasn't that good, so I decided not to do it. But yeah, that's it for 7th grade band. I have way better memories of 8th grade band, so like stay in tune for that. And like all the memories in 7th grade band weren't that good. Sorry. And I can't really it was about one person. So, okay, next is 7th grade ELA, I think. Well, okay, so the next is, let's call her Miss Potter, because she was obsessed with Harry Potter. Okay, so she had these iPads, and I don't know, but like we would do the funniest things on them. The class after us would watch Nikocado Avocado on the iPads. It was so funny. Oh my goodness, it was and I don't think she ever found out, but we would put filters on each other for the camera app. It was some sort of camera app. I don't remember, but I would always draw in there, and it was a fun time. I'm gonna do 4 stories for this because it was probably one of my favorite classes, but it wasn't that fun. Okay, so number 2, there was this big end of the year packet, and I remember that I did probably, so it was 40 pages, and it was 4 paragraphs per page, so it's 160 paragraphs. So that's and I only did a fourth, maybe not even that. And I don't know how. Maybe she was maybe she took her good maybe she did. Okay, so I don't know what happened, but somehow some miracle, some divine being, whoever, said, she gave me, so it was based off 1500, it was in the 1500 grading, grade points, and it was worth 50% of our grade. I read 4 chapters, 4. Oh my goodness, I almost died, but I read 4 chapters of it, and the character was literally named Luke, and I hated it because it was so boring. It was about a kid being stuck inside all day, and it was a good plot, but nothing really happened, and it made it feel so dramatic. He would walk down the street because he wasn't allowed to go outside, and he would it felt so dramatic, and I didn't like it. But yeah, and I somehow, some way got a 1200 out of 1500. That's a 7, no, probably an 80, maybe 79, 80. That is really good, and I only did barely any of it, and I did it on the last day of school with my friend Jocelyn. Oh my goodness, that was so much fun. Oh, speaking of Jocelyn, the next story is so basically they had crazy hat day, and I decided to wear my hot dog hat, and if you've never seen my hot dog hat, you're missing out. But it was a hot dog hat this big, and I had it on, and I threw it, so I whipped my phone out. Okay, I have my phone out so much in that class. I'm sorry, Mr. Darty, if you're watching this, don't tell anyone. Nobody, please don't. Okay, Mr. Darty watches my videos, but he's cool. Okay, so basically, I had my phone out, and I recorded it in slow motion. I recorded me throwing my hot dog hat at her, and it was so funny. Oh my goodness, I still laugh about. We still laugh about it to this day. But it was so much fun. Oh my goodness, I loved it. Okay. So me and my friend, we were like on our phones, like, and we would play. We would always play we would play Roblox together. It was so much fun. Oh my goodness, and we would. I miss that class so much. It was like a vibe. It was a vibe and a half, to be honest. But yeah, there was a way funner class than that. But the teacher was not. The teacher was not. Okay. So the next class I had after that was science. Ooh, science. Science was not good. I'm gonna do 3 stories for this. So basically what happened was this science teacher, it wasn't the best. She was kind of mean. One time I like decided to like do, I don't know what possessed me. I decided to do the worm. I can't even do the worm, but I was like flopping around like a fish. And then she walked in. Oh my goodness, I got chewed out so bad because of that. And hold on. The next story is even crazier. I don't know if she's psychic. She is something. She is psychic, maybe. I don't know. But basically, what did I call this teacher? I'm going to call her... What is something I remember about her classroom? Miss Laser, because she always had a laser pointer to like point at like notes. Kicking my feet with my friend like barely under the table, and like I was like farthest from her, and like she somehow caught me. Like how? It made no sense. You couldn't even see my feet from like her distance, but like she knew, and she knows. I know she knows. The next story is okay. So I'm gonna do this in like 2 because so it was like back to back. So one time we had to do this. It's gonna like. So here are these. She had these 3 weird projects. I'm gonna like tell them in order. So one time she had to like make us draw like a cell. I decided to do like a human cell, and I like made it out of yarn. And it was like not that well. It was kind of good actually, but yeah, I got like a 100 on it, and like it's still on her Christmas tree. But like she hung them all up as ornaments because it was Christmas time. But the next one is... What was the next one? Oh, the next one was this random science book. Well, it was for like state testing or something. It didn't really help. Like, no way at all. But, yeah. And I would always like... So she like let us get out our phones to like take photos of the notes because... so we'd like write them down at home, and I would always do it. And like I would do it on Snapchat and like take Snapchat filters of my photos of my friend, and like I'd send them to them after school. It was so funny. Oh my goodness. And like they knew I was taking photos of them. I even said, "Dixie, smile." What? And they knew I was taking photos of them. I said, "Hey, smile." Okay, so the third one. Wait, no, I gotta tell you the second. The last one. Okay, so the last assignment, it was the weirdest out of the all. Okay, the last assignment is, so basically she had us do these like projects. It was based off the Lorax. Like what? She's like, how does this cause environmental damage? This was written by Dr. Well, I guess it does have an important message actually, but like this is written by Dr. Seuss, the same guy who wrote like Green Eggs and Ham. Now, it is a good, like, awareness movie, but, like, I don't think it was... I didn't take it that seriously when I was little, and, like, oh my goodness, there's, like, this thing in my hair. I look like Cindy Lou Who. Maybe I got cursed by... Who wrote Dr. Seuss himself? I literally just said his name. Oh my goodness. But, yeah, it was, like, we had to draw out a comic of the Lorax, and I don't even remember what it was for. It was, like, environment something. Okay, on to social studies. Oh my goodness. So we're going to call him Mr... Oh my goodness. What's the one painter? He, like, wrote, like, God... not wrote. He drew, like, I think a God, like holding his hand out to, like, a person. I don't remember... I think it was Picasso. Like, don't murder me in the comments if it's not Picasso. I think Michelangelo, maybe. No. Okay, I just looked it up on Ecosa. Leonardo da Vinci. So I'm going to call him Mr. Da Vinci. That took way too long, by the way. Okay, so the first thing in this is like a horror story. So basically, he had these like tests in a different room, and there's this one girl. Oh my goodness, there's this one girl, and she would always talk, and oh my goodness, she wouldn't know how to like keep her mouth shut, and basically, she like kept us in all at break, and he said, "Oh yeah, but like one person was talking." Blah, 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 blah. Are we serious? I remember I sat next to this one kid, and why do I have like 4 fingers up? This is the second story. So basically, I sat next to this one kid, and he like kept on talking to me, and I was like, "Blank, shut up!" And he said, "What is he doing now?" And like he was getting on his nerves, anyways. And he like sent him up to the office. I felt so bad, and I was like, "Oh, I did not mean to do it, by the way." And he's like, "I guess he was just sick of him." And I was like, shut up. I was like, "Oh, I didn't mean that to happen." But yeah, it was pretty funny. It like escalated very quickly. The last one. So basically what happened was, I think it was about the first days of school, and he asked, "Hey, do you have a brother?" And I said, yeah. And he said, "How old is he?" And I said, "He's younger than me." And I thought you was related to this one guy. Basically, I did not know how to phrase that. But basically, and like one of the teachers like went to school with my brother, by the way. So both of them were like pretty bad kids. So like I didn't want to like I do have older brothers because like, and I didn't want them knowing like I was related to them because like that would have been bad. That concludes 7th grade. On to 8th grade. 8th grade was probably my most memorable year. Probably best because I enjoyed it sometimes. There were the lunch lines. The lunch lines were terrible. Oh my gosh. They like separated by gender. Oh my god, it was awful. It was like the military. So we're going to start off with math class. Okay. So I'm going to do like, this is probably my most eventful class. So I'm going to do 6 memories from there because I feel like this is the class where most stuff happened. I remember opera singing in front of everyone. Like, I don't even remember what I sung, but like I remember opera singing in front of everyone, and I did good. I was like, ah! Okay, the next one is, I don't know who did this. They're a legend, to be honest. But basically what happened was, there's this one kid, and like he put an apple like that was like cut in two, like had a hole in it, and like put it like in behind the shelf in the teacher's room. And I don't know who did that, but but you're a legend. But like I didn't really say anything because like that it's none of my business. But like I checked on it every now and then. It was there for like 2 or 3 months, and like a kid finally noticed, but it didn't smell, which is so weird. But yeah, a kid like noticed it and like threw it away. But like I don't think the teacher ever knew. I don't know who did that though. Oh. So, there was a war that went on in the class, and it was about 8 kids, and it was like a paper ball war. And let's call this group of kids E. And I'm not going to say who was in E, but I'm not going to say who, but they threw a bunch of paper balls throughout the classroom, and like they never got caught. But like the teacher was mad, like, but yeah, and we would do it when the subs were there, and like, wait, not we, but yeah, I don't remember who was a part of it or why they did it, but I don't even know who started it. I remember, one time I danced in the trash can. That was pretty memorable. I'll put a photo of it if I can. I don't even think it was on video. It was like when a sub was there. So the next one is, I once spat water everywhere. Well, I like chucked it with my water bottle for some odd reason. And like I chucked it all over the room. And I said, "Oh, sorry, my water bottle like is leaking." And like, oh my goodness, it was so funny. And I flipped my desk over that same day, and like I got chewed out. Oh my gosh. One time, okay, so me and my friends were having an art competition, like, and we had her for CCR, and during CCR, well, we had like, so one semester we had her for CCR, and the second semester I'm gonna do a story about that CCR, if that doesn't confuse y'all. But so the first semester I had it for CCR, and we were having an art competition because literally all we were doing was computer work. That wasn't graded, by the way. None of the computer work was graded. But anyways, the computer work, I was like faking doing it, but really we were drawing Eminem as an Eminem on like as an art competition, and she was like, and we were like, wait, let me show mine. And then my 3 friends started laughing, and then she said, Luke, what are you doing? I said, we're having an art competition, and she says, we're not doing an art competition, we're doing iReady, we're doing interactive practices. And I said, okay. And I didn't do them. It was so funny. Yeah, that's the last story for Miss, what did I call her? I'm gonna call her Miss Shelf because that shellfish incident was so weird. The next class I had was band. Okay, now band 8th grade year was great because I had like a bad class in 7th grade, but I had a good class. Well, mainly good class. But the first story I have is, okay, so it was around my birthday. I don't think it was a birthday present though. My friend Lily had just went to the mall and with her friends, I think they were doing like something. Probably like watching a movie. It might have been during December and they watched the FNAF movie. I don't remember. I was obsessed with FNAF in like December. It was so much fun. I had like all the games and I played them. But she like gave me a shirt and it like, so she like wanted to surprise me in front of the whole band class and like give me the shirt. And guess what the shirt was? A Pedro Pascal shirt. Oh my goodness. I like almost cried. I like broke, like I went to my knees whenever like I turned around and saw it like in front of everyone, and like I went to my knees and like, okay, my pants falling down. Okay, so basically imagine this guitar stand is Lily. Imagine this guitar strap is the t-shirt. I was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much, thank you. Okay, so one time during this class, me and Jocelyn had like a big like chat on Discord. It was like nothing serious, but we sent like over 20 photos of us like posing in random places in our stands, and like I got my phone taken because of that. But like it was so much fun, and like we hit our phones all the time behind the stands. Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. The last story I have for this, let's do this on a big one. During concert, I had the solo of screaming. Yeah, I had like a big scream solo. Like I would scream, it was like bup 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 bup. The next class I had after that was Mr. Darty's. Now I'm gonna name drop him because I've mentioned him in my videos before. He literally watches my videos. You're the best, Mr. Darty. Like I miss that class so much. I like reminisce like about it a lot. But basically, yeah, he was my favorite teacher probably all throughout middle school. He was a really good teacher. He was really good at teaching too. But yeah, a lot happened in that class. Like a lot of fun things happened. So the most memorable incident is, so basically, during our, like, we had to take these 3 tests at like the beginning, middle, and end of the year, blah, blah, blah. It was so boring. Like, I almost died. And basically, there's this one kid, he was in gym, and like, there's this kid's phone on the phone caddy, and like, he texted him, and the Snapchat thing went off. And, like, I don't know how it happened, but there, like, he looked at it, and he said, yo, Mr. Darty, could you respond to this? And he said yes. And he took a selfie in front of the whole class. It was so funny. Oh my gosh. I'll put the selfie. Okay, the next story is, I looked very angry. So the next story we have is, so it happened around March, I don't remember. It was my first day ever of high school band. I remember that. And we watched one of my YouTube videos, like in class. It was so fun. And, it was the Pet Peeves video one, and it was just a great time, and like everyone loved it, and like they loved my editing style, and, like the way I zoom in like a million times per second. Like the next story is, it's not really a story, it's more like a quote from him, but basically he would always tell you could not sleep in his class. You could not sleep in his class, like, at all. Like, but it's okay. It was funny, like, how he reacted to it. Okay, the next class I had after that was science. Now, science was pretty good. I had a pretty good teacher. We got in trouble a lot. Like, a lot. But one time, okay, so here's the first story. The first story is, so we had to do these presentations, and it was about an imaginary animal, and like you had to roll dice to like see its traits or whatever. I think it was like based off of, like the topic was, I don't remember. I think it was like traits. I don't remember. Okay, I had the task of drawing it out. Okay, and I took inspiration from the yellow Angry Bird. And I think I have a photo of it. I'll try to put a photo, like, somewhere, like, very smallly right here. I won't talk about it the whole time. Like, the photo's up here. Basically, I made it, like, the yellow one. It was, like, shaped like the yellow one, like, triangle. I don't know why I keep on, like, rubbing my ear. I don't know. Good luck. I remember, like, it was, like, rainbow. And I had, like, presented. It was so ugly. Oh, my goodness. It was terrible. It looked terrible. But I came on saying, but basically, I need to quit. Okay. So, what? I keep on just saying, I just keep on saying stuff, okay? I had to present it with the partner. I don't think we got to choose partners, but, like, oh, yeah, we didn't because my friend got a bad partner. But, yeah, I had the task of drawing it. It got heavily criticized because, like, people had to answer questions. One girl asked, why does it have a belly button if it was born in an egg? Okay, I'm friends with this person, but why do you care? Okay, now the next class, I'm gonna do 2 because nothing really happened in there, if I'm being honest. Like, it was so boring. Okay, so I remember one time I drew my... So, basically, I got on this teacher's last nerve. Okay. So, basically, what happened was I had to get this permission slip signed by every teacher to say I had to go on this band field trip. Like, we didn't even go anywhere to eat, like, really. So, I, like, hand her this permission slip. I say, hey, can you sign this? She says, wait, hold on. And, like, come to me next class period and get it, okay? I said, okay. It was pretty weird. This didn't really happen in her class, but this happened to the teacher. So, so I go to get my paper back the next thing, and she says, oh, no, I couldn't sign it. I said, why? You have 5 missing assignments. 5? And, like, I had 2 days to turn in the permission slip. And, like, I spent, like, the next, I don't know, like, night. And, like, I turned it in. And, like, it was so stressful. That was one of the, like, most nights I worked in my life. That's the last of it. Okay, I'm going to talk for a little bit, like, yap, because I want to. Okay, so... my life has been pretty good. I'm sorry for not posting for, like, I don't know how long, honestly. I just felt like taking a break. Oh, guys. I got Tamagotchi Life. I wiped the dust off my Nintendo Switch. I was like, whew. And I got Tamagotchi Life. It was so expensive, by the way. But, it's so much fun. Like, it's one of my favorite games I've ever played. And, like, I put a photo of me. I look very cute. But I even made my shirt that I wear, like, it's the blue one with red stripes and, like, white. But, yeah, I love Tamagotchi Life. It's so much fun. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. Y'all are the best. Sorry for not posting in so long. I'm so sorry. But if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Comment too, because that boosts my videos so much. Share it, because that really boosts my videos. And thanks for watching. All right. Goodbye. I swear my hair doesn't always look like this. It's 12 in the morning, okay? I spent an hour filming this.